You know, when all is said and done at the end of 2016, I wonder if there's going to be a more controversial game than Mighty Number 9. This is the game that Concept famously went to Kickstarter for, collected a whole bunch of money, and then proceeded to miss a whole bunch of release dates in its quest to finally finish this game and get this out to everybody. Not just the Kickstarter backers, of which I am one, and I've had my fingers crossed that this game would rock my world for a very long time. It's finally out there for a bunch of platforms. Yes, there have been delays. Yes, there are features that seem to be kind of missing, but it is fully playable, and I have to tell you that I had a good time playing Mighty Number 9, although I did feel like definitely some polish was missing, definitely some kind of rejuvenated approaches to how to kind of take a Mega Man idea and move it into a polygonal kind of 3D or a 2.5D type of experience like this. I still feel, though, that rooted in its fundamental sort of sense of fun is that connection to those classic Mega Man experiences. You play a little character, a little robot named Beck, and also known as Mighty Number 9, and your job is to go off and chase down all of these other rogue little mighties, these other robots that have gone renegade and have become bosses within their own levels. It's very Mega Man. So you go from level to level, and just like the Mega Man games, you can decide which path you want to take through all of this. You hunt down these bosses by beating a bunch of their little cronies, a bunch of their little robot henchmen that populate each of these different worlds. You finally get to that boss fight, and then you can absorb the powers which will help you with other confrontations in the game, and that lets you weave your way to the finish line in any kind of approach that you can conceive of.
Tragedy today when a local robot H Number 9 jumped from a broadcast tower.
I do feel when you start off as Mighty Number 9, it does feel like the world is against you. The challenges are actually kind of high in this game. It's very familiar. If you've played any of the Mega Man games, you know exactly what you're in for here. It is done with a sense of style, and certainly some of the voiceover that you get in the game is actually kind of charming.
Brand, wait! I'm going after him, Professor.
And the level design is actually, it's pretty cool. It's pretty intricate. It's certainly not as, imaginative or revolutionary as the Mega Man games have been as they have grown over the years. So you're not really surprised by it because it borrows so much from some of the core principles that we've seen from the level structure and the enemy structure and the way that, ledges and power-ups are placed just pixel perfect for you to fail endlessly. If you touch any of the electric rods or the spikes or anything like that, poof, you got to start all over again. You do swear a lot when you play this game. That's part of the fun of these games, let's be honest here, is that you are constantly challenging yourself and your ability to kind of just scrape through hanging by a fingernail. And that includes the boss fights as well, where you're, jumping over and dashing over, Pyro Man's flame attack, or you're shooting through the Cryo Robot's ice sort of engine thing that she's dropping down on you. This is one of those games that's going to be fun to play on the weekend. I thought that it was pretty fun to wake up on Sunday morning and just get lost in my Mighty Number 9 kind of cartoon world. There are some leaderboards, there are some abilities to go and speed play through the experience. There are challenges and things that you can unlock. You can make it even more difficult if you want to punish yourself a little bit. This isn't a perfect game. It's not as gorgeous as we all wanted it to be, and some of the early concept work for this game sort of hinted that this was going to be a much more beautiful experience. I am a little bummed about that. I do think that Concept kind of let us down here, especially with the long wait that we had for this thing. But I dig it. I think Mighty Number 9 is kind of fun, man. And if you like those Mega Man games, if you enjoy that type of experience, you owe it to yourself to check this one out, especially because it's not a super expensive, full-priced experience, This is going to be fun for a weekend at least. A good escape. I'm going to give Mighty Number 9 a 7 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.